My name's Adil Kashvani. I'm 17 years old. I weigh 165 pounds. My goal is to weigh about 215 with about 10% body fat.
I'm Alonzo Paul. I'm 16 years old, grade 10, 5'9", 170 pounds. My goal is to weigh 145, 155, and with an 8% body fat and a tight-ass six-pack.
I think if I could get up to about 230 pounds and maintain about 6% body fat, I think that would be something that I'm striving towards right now.
My main goals now are kind of to almost bring it back to where I was when I graduated. Like, I want to get my arms back up to the size they were and my chest back up to where it was. And, you know, I don't need to focus too much on my legs because I know that they're big enough. I don't really want to get them any bigger.
Tired, Sean?
That's hard.
I think body image is like a major part of people's lives. It just affects everything.
The only thing that people focus on is what you look like.
Kind of like looking at myself, so I don't want to look kind of like heavy or so-called fat or whatever.
Body image is really important to me because, you know, I'm a pretty small guy, so I like to work out every now and then, try and keep my body toned.
I was really self-conscious before I started working out. Like, when I first moved here, I had a girl that she teased me so bad. I just wanted to drop right out of school. I'm sure everyone's had a problem like that. But everything I do, every time I took a step, every time I'd walk, she'd always be looking at me like, you know, making fun of me being fat or just the way I looked or the way I walked or anything. And yeah, I couldn't take it. Like, there's lots of times where I was like telling my mom, like, hey, get me out of school, take me to therapy. This is unreal. I can't take this anymore.
This is one of the main shirts I really want to fit into. It's never been worn. I just want to fill it out before I can wear it, you know. I don't want to make my clothes look bad. If I don't work out that day, at night, I have trouble sleeping. Like, I feel lethargic, like I feel gross that, I didn't work out today. And then, you know, you get that worry in your mind that, I didn't work out today. What if I, you know, get fatter and stuff like that? Like, really self-conscious about my image like that.
This is what got me started, a little few minor weight sets. And this is actually something I built myself. It's a handmade or homemade weight vest. And I used to do it for when I was involved in volleyball to get my vertical and my leg development up. So I'll just throw it on here. It weighs about 40 pounds or something, 45 pounds. And basically I would wear it like this. But I did basically do all my jump training, vertical training, leg development with wearing this vest. So it was as if I was weighing 50 pounds more. You know, kids tend to pick on everything, like whatever they can about someone. If someone's got a big nose or funny eyes or funny hair or something like that, they'll pick on them. So I was naturally skinny, so people would, you know, pick on it because I think with kids it's almost to make themselves feel better is obviously to pick on someone who has something that they don't think is up to par. So mine happened to be my weight.
When I'm out of protein powder, just grab the old eggs out. Nice big honking egg. And that's where the good stuff is. Cheapest form of protein you can get. Get a little something, so the aftertaste is horrible. But when you do it, you think of being a man and not a wuss. Can't be a pussy about this kind of stuff, or else you'll never get big. What's that? Alright. So it gives you the big muscles. Ooh. And I've always had like this dream of just like walking around with like no shirt, but having like the ripped six-pack like I used to do in like grade 2, right, when I was skinny. I've been like overweight since about grade 3 or so. And now I'm in grade 10. It's like, whoa, that's like almost 7 years, right? And it wasn't until like grade 8 that Sean really started, you know, hey, come to the gym with me. It's a lot different because I lost like that 50 pounds. Lots of people noticed, right? And I liked when people noticed that, so I guess like after 7 years, you just sort of get fed up with it. And you just want to do normal stuff and look nice.
It's an addiction now. Lots of the days I won't know why I do it. It's almost like, I put it even in the class of anorexia or bulimia, except the reverse. It's almost like, you know, I want more because, you know, it starts to feel good when you get bigger, and then soon you just break out when you're at a certain point, and you just keep going and going, and you don't really know what drives you.
I think girls originally look for like the shape and tone of a guy.
All the girls look for more physique in a man.
The buff arms, the washboard abs, that sort of thing.
The definition of the abdominal muscles, like a six-pack.
Pecs and abs, as long as the guy looks good, they'll go for him more than they'll go for a guy who's kind of chubby.
I think they probably look for a guy who is fit, and you know, they probably don't want some flabby guy.
What I look for in a guy is their personality, who they are, if you can trust them.
I like a little bit of pudge.
Have to have meat on them.
Yeah.
But I don't really look for like big muscular people, and because I think that's kind of gross.
I know, I look for the eyes and the smile is a big thing that really attracts me to a guy.
I'm gonna get the six-pack, I'm gonna get the nice pecs, get the big arms, and I just was really fascinated about how their symmetry was almost perfect. Like they carved their bodies like a sculpture, right?
So how long you guys been training for then?
About a year or so.
Yeah?
Yeah, what about you?
I guess I started when I was in grade 10, maybe.
What inspired you?
You know, it's kind of a weird story. When I was younger, I actually had a bit of cartilage in my chest. I still do. But when I was pretty young and skinny, it kind of stuck out a bit. So when I wore a shirt, that's basically all you saw. You saw this little thing sticking out. So doctor said you can either, we can operate on it, we'll have to open your chest up and take all this bone out, or you can start working out and try to cover it up. So I said, well, that sounds a little less invasive, and that's what I did. Well, here, I'll show you a couple pictures. This is when I got into it. I guess all throughout high school I was pretty into it, but...
That's you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're absolutely shredded. Did you take any steroids or anything?
Oh, yeah. But I waited till I was about 20 years old, I think, before the first time I tried them.
What?
Just because I knew that once I tried them, there was no going back.
That's 20 pounds.
If I had liver cancer next week, I'd be pretty pissed off that I ever did that.
You know, I've been in this industry for over 25 years now, and everybody that I've known in my past, way back competing in the early 80s and stuff, every one of them that's taken things like steroids or hormone replacements, there's something wrong with every single one of them. Like they've had some kind of side effects, maybe as minor as bitch tits to well, it's a fact, it's what it is, to dying.
There's going to come a time in my life, as there's probably going to come a time in everyone's lives who love to bodybuild and work out, that you get to a point where you say, is the risks of taking steroids worth the results you hope to get out of it? At your best in competition, what was your body percentage at?
At that picture there, when I was the biggest, I was 14.6, and then when I competed, yeah, which isn't too bad for being fat, but, and then when I was competing, I was about 4.7, I think.
Oh, what the?
Oh, what?
What the hell's that?
Okay, this is going to be the underwater weighing tank that we're going to be using.
I thought we were doing it in a swimming pool.
This looks like some kink thing.
So first thing we're going to start with, I'm going to do some pre-screening measures. So it'll be your heart rate and your blood pressure. Then we're going to do a breathing test to measure your lung volume, which is going to be important when we do calculations using the underwater weight. And then I'm going to do some anthropometry, so just direct measures of your lengths of your arms and legs, girths around arm and leg segments, and then some skin pull measurements. And I'm going to use those to calculate your body's muscle mass. And then we're going to do the underwater weigh.
Right now on the one that we would look at, you're at 17.
Me?
Yeah. This is you.
Me?
Yeah.
Shut up.
No.
You're...
No, this is...
Ah, nigga, I'm at 17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That's tight.
Who's happy? Who's happy with
I'm
their
happy
readings?
right now. 17.4. He says if I lose 10 more pounds of fat, I'll be like at my goal.
Is that your goal?
Yeah, that's when I'll have like minimum fat.
I wanted him to be more hard on me, like just because I'm not near where I want to be. I'm like, well, come on, bash me, like tell me something I don't want to hear so I can hit the gym with a fury. I figure if I can lose a couple pounds from, like even 1 pound from my midsection, or 2 pounds or 3, or just go down to 0% body fat, then I'd be pretty happy.
When I was working out really hard and I was doing all my running and everything, I wasn't quite getting the gains, or I guess the losses that I wanted. And I was at work, one of the guys told me about a product that would kind of speed things along for me. And so I went out and I bought it and I gave it a try. And I noticed that my weight was huge dropping. Like I took way over what was recommended. And I noticed that my energy went right through the roof. I couldn't stop moving, I couldn't stop shuddering, talking. I was only sleeping for about 4 hours a day, and it'd be like 4 or 5 in the morning and just boom, I'd be up out of bed on a run. I wouldn't even know that my pants were on yet.
So taking all this shit, you think it'll get as big as that guy over there?
Well, I can't say you'll get it that big. That these guys here, they're nutritionists, that's their life, that's what they do. And they're take a lot of illegal substances as well that we can't sell in the stores.
No way.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, if you have a look at that, you've seen me in the gym all the time. And
Yeah.
I have access to all the supplements in the world.
Yeah.
And there's never in a million years will I look like that, unless, you're injecting steroids or anything like that in your body, for sure. If you can be on the cover of the Men's Fitness magazine, that's a pretty good goal.
I got the face, I just need the body,
Yeah, well, that'll come. You're well on your way. Gives you really good pumps in the gym.
Yeah.
Volumizes your cells. The beauty of it is there's not much water retention. That's why
Yeah.
people like it. Okay, alpha-lipoic acid is a very good antioxidant. It's a higher protein percentage per
Yeah.
serving, right? Like it's 27 grams per 30 grams
Yeah.
food. Well, an isolate protein absorbs better in your body.
Yeah.
The absorbability is what's really important. Okay,
All right.
let me wrangle this through for you. So the total comes to 362.
It's 100, 200, 300, and the rest of my paycheck.
What's up, man?
Bye-bye.
So,
Here's those rocks I got for you.
so what's this stuff do?
Just juices you up, man. Gets you a lot of energy, helps you lose weight, gives you huge pumps in the weight room.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem.
It's tight.
You know what this does? It raises your metabolism, yes, but it raises your metabolism by speeding up your heart rate. It's like being on speed.
Mm-hmm.
And your body is going, like, as soon as you stop taking this stuff,
Yeah.
your metabolism is going to go from way up here where you've, put it with this stuff, and it's going to dive right down. You're going to just put on fat.
Bodybuilding, it's always like a tease. It's like your goal's hanging right here, and your hand is right here. Or this is you, this is your goal. And then Sean always says, okay, that's gonna take 3 months. So I do it for 3 months. It's here. Goal moves. Okay, just do it for 3 more months. Goal goes there. Goal goes there. It's like a vicious cycle, it feels like. So with this, it's like, before it can move away, boom, I got the goal.
My parents say, don't go out, don't smoke, don't do this, don't do that. Don't do a lot of shit. But you know what? I'm my own person, I'm independent, I want to learn on my own.
Yeah, I'm gonna
so
try
if this
it.
screws me up, then it screws me up. You know what? At least I learned on my own, not because someone told me not to, you know what I mean? There's a misconception that like, yeah, you take this and it's because you're lazy or because, you know, you want to get big quick.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get big quick and I'm not lazy in the gym, so I'm going to double my results. That's the way I see it. I'll plot it out.
According to my research, if you OD on ephedrine, one or more of these symptoms will act at the same time. Your liver, your heart, your kidneys, and your spleen will clog with blood and you'll die.
Like Lonzo with taking the ephedra and everything in a dill, double teaming the protein and the creatine. As soon as all that stops, which is gonna have to, because you know, especially in high school, you can't afford to be taking all those drugs all the time. It's gonna be really hard for him to get back in the zone. And not even that, you have to bring yourself to a whole new level higher, push yourself even harder once you get off that stuff to maintain what you have, not to lose what you gain from taking those drugs and those shortcuts.
I'm just looking at some software that's gonna help me find out what my natural limit is without taking steroids. For me to be shredded, like ripped to nothing, I'd have to be 210, 205 pounds, and that's crap, that's bullshit. Like if I ever wanted to compete and, you know, go for Mr. Olympia like Ronnie Coleman or Kevin Levrone or Cutler, for a couple of names who weigh like 275, 285 on off season and be natural is impossible. That's kind of a letdown right now. I'm really disappointed that I can't get as big as I want to get.
I can get to 220 pounds with about 10% body fat, and according to this doohickey, I can't possibly do that without steroids. So I'm gonna go to the guy who invented this software and challenge him and show him what's what.
My goal is 155 and with the 12% body fat, and I'm close to there. Hopefully I could get there in about 2 months or so, and because that's a lot of body fat to lose.
Looking at this chart, I'd have to sort of reiterate my goals or replan my physical goals and maybe do something a little more achievable. So maybe 245 pounds with a higher percent body fat, and you know, try and see if I can achieve that.
I'm looking at this stuff and going, like, throughout the week, I always thought that, you know, I could do it, I could do it, I could do it. I could be 215, and, you know, I will be 215. I guarantee you I'm going to be 215. And I was really cocky, you know, I thought I could get it done, but obviously I can't. If I want to get down to 10, if I want to get that shreddedness that I like pray to every night, it's physically impossible for me to get to my weight, my 215 pounds. And if I want to get there, I'm going to have to juice it. So that's garbage. It's garbage. I'm not impressed at all right now. I'm really disappointed.
If other people are looking at me, and if, say, a next generation were to come up to me on film and ask, well, what did you do? How did you do it? How did you accomplish your goals? Then what would I say? And, you know, I don't want to be someone who says, well, you know what, I dabbled in steroids, I made mistakes here and I made mistakes there. I'm sure I'm going to make mistakes, but, you know, I can still control the mistakes that I make, and I can. And you know, I want to do things that I'm going to be able to live with the consequences of, and basically be in a position where I can be a role model for someone else.
Right now, my priorities more than ever is to be shredded. I want to look amazing. I want to smell amazing. I just want to be on top of my game, like right now, more than ever, because my girl left me. Like, I was the best thing that ever happened to her, and she knows it. She left me cold, like high and dry. So the only way I could throw it back in her is look a lot better, feel a lot better, and just come out top of my game, confident. And the only way I could do that is be shredded.
What do I look like to you? I didn't need steroids to get this big or to get in shape or to get what I wanted. All you need to do is make sure that you plan your diet right and you work out right, and you'll get exactly what you want. Unless you want to be as big as Arnold, then yeah, you need steroids.
Body image, in my opinion, is not as important as I used to think it was 8 months ago. I think I was a bit more immature then, and I was just trying to get the abs and be all hot, sexy stuff You know, it's kind of like what Adil's trying to do. But I think I've grown since then and realized that other things are more important than that, like expanding your mind and getting the knowledge. But I still use all that knowledge to keep myself healthy because I think that's important. I think that's what true body image might be. It's just be healthy and happy and, you know, live a long time.